3, 2, 1. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another beautiful Coffee with Knight. Let's get this shared around real quick, and we'll get started. Actually, the first thing I should do is get the chat up and running. Let's get that together. Copy. And paste. Okay. All right, chat is active. Beautiful. We have a viewer. Awesome. How are you doing today? Let's get this shared around to a few people. Get a little jiggy with it. Because why not? Na 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 na. Post. And then cross post, share now friends, and then okay, so let's get over to the screen again. It is shared around to everywhere I need, and it is a fantastic morning. Oh, it's a great morning to be inside and having a cup of coffee. Let's just be honest with that much. Oh, this week has been... The last 2 weeks have been crazy for me. But this last week especially has been really intense for me. Just in terms of everything like starting to come to fruition and, you know, ramping everything up. I think I have one more week of this ahead of me, and then I need to take a few days off from the shop to do stuff here. I might have to run down to the courthouse to do that sorts of stuff. So it's yeah, busy. But for now, we have this time. We have some coffee. We have some stuff to talk about, and let's enjoy. Still a little too hot for my taste. And I already have an order for some of those S hooks that I was talking about last week. I did a live stream about it for 2 hours, I think it was, and I ended up someone. I will be Caleb. I will be there this morning. I haven't been making it. I only come home every 2 weeks. Hey, dude, that's cool. That's a I'm responding to a thing on I'm responding to a message on my thingamajigger, the Facebook, because this is cross-posted to the Knightsmith group, Facebook, and then to my friends. So, you know, it happens. But, like I just said, I do have some interesting things to talk about this week, as opposed to just blathering. And someone is loud over there. Oh, it looks like my music and stuff is working again. Can I hear that music? I really need to work on my typing skills. You know, what you call it? When I was working in the office, I could type really fast. You know, on one of those regular keyboards that are slightly raised, and you know the full size. I mean, this is a full size keyboard, but everything's flat, and it's a laptop keyboard. So it's just funny. How much of a difference just having that little bit of texture and that slight angle makes. And now that my microphone's in the way, I'm like trying to look around at the type of message. Ah, boy. Sometimes I'm a weirdo. More than sometimes. So I've been up since 6 this morning. I'm still not awake. Coffee. Coffee's good. Good for the soul. And I still haven't gotten my whole thing figured out with OBS Studio 27.2.3. It's just I haven't gotten to the point where I can easily sit down and go figure everything out again. It's just one of those things that like I don't think about it until I log in on Sunday, and then as soon as Sunday's done, I gotta go take care of the kid, and then just out of my mind. You know, it's just one of those things. Like doing laundry. But yeah, so I got a few things to talk about today. I have some props, I guess you can call them. And I got some mail. Yeah, it's just an Amazon package. Don't get too excited. But we'll wait a little bit for people to pop in. And yeah, I think this is the one, guys. I've done like 4 iterations, and I think I got it. Yep, I think this is the hook that I'm gonna have. Good strength to it too. Cool thing about making the hooks is now I can actually have like a nice place to hang my apron, my hat, my gloves, stuff like that. Yeah, so I took what three of the four rejects from my experiments, and I just hung them up in the shop because why not, you know? What I need to do next is get these and blacken them. Get the screws and blacken the screws, because right now I only have silver screws, or I can just go buy black screws. That would work just as well, because I think that would look better with black screws. But I have them nice and countersunk so that, you know, it sits right into the wall. It's very good. I should have taken an extra 5 minutes of gotten this flattened out a little bit better, but yeah. That's why it's a prototype, right? Oh, my neck is killing me today. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to hurt my neck this morning. But yeah, I need to fix that live stream too that I did from the shop. Was it last week? Yeah, it was 2 hours of it. No, it wasn't like well produced. It was just me like kind of sitting there or standing there and just doing my thing and checking the comments and, you know, responding to whatever I had at the moment. But I think it's good just to pop in every now and then, just do something like that, especially if I'm doing like an experiment that I don't necessarily care to sit down and produce and film, but that I can sit there and just chitter chatter while we're doing whatever. And it's good that you know, I'm getting more time now when at the shop where I don't have to watch the kiddo. I think that's one of the main benefits to doing Knightsmith full time, is that instead of, you know, the days where I wouldn't have to watch the kid, I'd be in the office. Now I can be at the shop and do my stuff there, and I can be a lot more productive and get a lot more done a lot faster, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think I'm starting to make good progress on these. I have an order for 3 of the S hooks, which is fantastic. So, you know, it's a good time. So I have 6 S hooks ready to go. I already sold 3 of them. Yeah, it's getting pretty good. Pretty good, I think. A little cookie before people start showing up and chatting, I guess. Because, I mean, it is only, you know, 9:20. But, I mean, now I have S hooks and J hooks to sell. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do it. Yeah. Okay. So I need to start working up a pricing structure for not only for what my stuff retails at, but also how to pay Derek, the guy I work for, the guy that works for me. So mostly he gets a commission on every project we work on. You know, he gets like 20% of everything I make on projects that he works on. Now, that doesn't matter. That's meaningless for stuff like this, you know. So something like this needs to be, I need to figure out, how much can I pay him per thingamajigger, so that I still make a little bit of money and the company makes money and he makes money. So it's just things like that I need to work on now. But I'm very happy with this model. I switched from the smaller round bar that I use for the S hooks, because that looks good for the S hooks, and I like having everything kind of rounded where everything interfaces. But it's kind of hard to get the square and stuff. And the J hooks here, you need a little bit more heft to them. So I switched over to using the 1/4-inch square bar, and it was hard trying to find some. Luckily, Derek just brought some in, which is fantastic. But this has a little bit more heft to it. It was a lot faster to get the taper. Instead of having to square everything up and then draw the taper out, then round it back and then scroll it, I was able to just taper it out in one heat. Just clean it up a little bit, and then I kind of rounded the end a little bit, and then I did my thing. And then obviously I didn't have to square anything up because it's already square to do my twist. Because of that, I got a really nice consistent twist, and that's pretty sharp. And that's just smash it down and throw some holes and then countersink them. So it's faster, it's easier, and I think it's more substantial. It's a much more substantial piece, and I think this should be more substantial than the S hooks, because if this is going to be mounted to the wall, it needs to endure the stress of the S hooks plus anything additional. Like, you can put more weight on these, so I think that's a good thing. Let's see. Oh, we have some people over in the chat, so let's hop over there. Let's transition. Yeah, transition time. This first one. Eileen, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How was the first official full-time week at Knightsmith? It was fantastic. I got a ton done. I spent a lot of it just making jigs, basically. But once I got the jig made for doing those curls for the fry holders, the first one I pulled out was almost perfect. I didn't get a good enough heat on the bar, but proof of concept works just fine. So I'm gonna make a good one of those on Monday. I finalized my S hook design. I finalized the J hook design. Here's the J hook design. I don't have the S hooks with me. I just need to flatten this out, not flatten it out, but bring it into true. But yeah, so I got that done. I have a charcuterie board almost finished. So I have a bunch of clients, lined up. I already sold some of the S hooks just now, this morning. So it's fantastic. The whole place is nice and clean. Got a ton done. It's just fantastic. And it's great that I don't have Connor every single time I'm there now. So I'm able to do a lot more, a lot faster. And it's just fantastic. I mean, it's a lot of work. But I figured last week was the first week. this week I'll do another full week there, and then the week after I need to step myself back a little bit and have and do some computer work and get some stuff done here. Not necessarily any leather work that needs to get done, but computer work does need to get done. I need to get my business license and get that all figured out. Get my contracting license. I need to get I think QuickBooks. I think was recommended to me to help start keeping track of the expenses, because as soon as I turn from a business into an official licensed and everything else business, I'm gonna have to start keeping track of all that, because I'm gonna have to start doing taxes and blah 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 blah. So right now I'm not trying to focus on any of that. I'm trying to focus on just getting a good base started, getting stuff out the door, and it's starting to work. Yeah, so it's a lot. There's a lot, but it's not as crazy as I thought it was going to be. So that's good. So yeah, busy week. Got a lot done, but wow, what a week. And it was nice enough that I ripped down the cloth ceiling that I put up in there, which any excess smoke or dust or whatever gives it more space to stay out of my lungs and face, which is nice, because I like my lungs. Got a few extra burns this week, but that's fine. But yeah, so Monday I'm going to do one more proof of those fry cone holders, and I should be able to get that tacked welded and get a final approval from the owner, which would be pretty cool. And then yeah. But even though the first one that I pulled off of the off the bending jig wasn't perfect, it still went really well, really fast. So I think my price point on that was right on the money. I need to see if I can get some longer sticks of stuff, longer, quarter-inch bar, longer round and square stock, and I think I'm gonna have to get more. Find out where I can get more of that. That round bar too, because that small round bar that I'm using for the S-hooks, because I don't know, I think those are gonna fly really quick. I just have a feeling, You ever have just a feeling that, like, this is the thing? I think that's where I'm at. So I'm excited. I'm a little bit manic about the whole thing, just because of how just like everything is right now. But I think that's a good thing. I think I'm in a good place with that. Oh, and I'm going to need to get some more shirts from you. So, yeah. Definitely need to order some more shirts. So yeah, I'm a little manic, a little crazy, but I think that's a good thing. Anyways, it's 9:30 now, so let me do the mail call, because I got something. Of course, it's just crap from Amazon, because I can't get anything really I need out here. They would have had this stuff at Grainger, but they don't really. The Grainger store near me shut down a couple years ago. Arlene, okay, just give me the details. Yeah. Yeah. Dykem Steel Blue Layout Fluid. So, instructions: prepare surface Dykem remover and prep. Apply a thin coat of Dykem Steel Blue. Scribe sharp, clear, precise lines on surface in minutes. Easy to remove with Dykem remover and prep. So I'm pretty sure it's just alcohol or whatever, or acetone or whatever. Just put some of that on there, scrub it real quick, done. Eileen, we just got a package. Let's see what it is. We just got a package. Wonder who it's from. I should delete that. Yeah, I'll get you the details as soon as I'm done here with the live stream. So how are you? That's funny. Now that I'm like doing this full time, people are throwing stuff at me. Like I got a bunch of these little they're probably nickel plates, so I probably shouldn't be playing with them so much because I'm allergic to it, but whatever. Little nickel like rivets for leather and stuff. And I wanted to make a chest for Connor, which is great. However, I didn't want to go through and build one. Just me being lazy in general. So what ended up happening is one of my clients was getting rid of this old chest, and it's in a rough shape. But I got it there. But the bones of it are all good. It's the wood on it. It's all good. Some of the hardware pieces need to be refurbished or replaced. But otherwise, I can take all the strapping and stuff down, and sand it down inside and out, strip it. Most of the pieces I can, I want to heat them up and do a brass finish on them. And it had like metal plating on the outside. I want to take that and swap that for leather, some like thin leather, maybe black or like a dark chocolate leather. I think would look really sexy. And then put that brass steel back on there and reassemble it all. I think it'll turn out really good. Doing good. Rich and I started our new lifestyle change, week 1 down. So lifestyle change. Like, are you swingers now, or are you eating healthier and working out? Or both? You really don't have to answer that. I'm in a mood today. But yeah. So I'm gonna do one more solid week at the shop, and then start doing stuff, and yeah. So hopefully I get a final approval on those fry cone holders, and I think I'll probably do a little video on that, just so everyone can kind of see where I'm going with it and what I'm getting at. Eating better and exercise. I wish it was Swinger. That boy would never agree. Well, dark side. What has gotten into me this morning? Now, I do have to admit, though, that this last week, I was primarily swinging the hammer at the forge, and I trashed my arms. I'm hurting back here from doing the really quick blows. So I really stressed this whole muscle, and this muscle here and this muscle here from doing the heavier blows and stuff. I really hurt those too. So was it Friday night? I was swinging a hammer. What? Good morning, brother. Good morning. I'm glad you're finally able to get in here and talk a little bit. We sold 3 S-hooks already this morning. And Eileen, the guy right below you, he is the new shop hand, Derek, and he is fucking awesome. Full stop. That's all you get. Fucking awesome. But and he's the one you're gonna be making over there. He's the one you're going to be making a couple shirts for. Like, I want 1 or 2 new ones, but he's gonna have to get a couple. And I want to get a couple to pass out. Welcome abroad. So yeah, I don't know if you saw, I got the J hooks. This is the final model. This is gonna get flattened out a little bit more, but that's that. Love you too. Right? It's a good time. I'm in a weird manic move. I've only had half a cup of coffee, and I'm just like, hello all. So yeah. Little J hook there. That's gonna be the final model. Definitely really happy with that. This whole week I've just been happy with how things are turning out. Things are just coming together faster and better and smoother than I thought would happen. So awesome. Finally got that layout fluid, Derek. The Dykem Steel Blue. Pretty big bottle. It says we need to prepare the surface and stuff. That was fun watching. Well, I'm glad. We need to get all the surfaces prepared and stuff, but yeah, finally got that in. This whole week has just been crazy. So I think one more good full week, and I think I'll be in a good spot so I can step back for a couple days and get some back end stuff done. But yeah, like things have been plodding along for so long that clean with alcohol or like sand. Well, it needs to be a clean surface. They're saying in here instructions for use: prepare surface with Dykem remover and prep. Does he need a coffee cup too? Perhaps. Prepare surface with Dykem remover and prep. It's not telling me. Contains ethanol, butyl acetate, butanol, nitrocellulose, diacetone alcohol, butyl acetate, isopropanol, propyl acetate, and yeah, that's it. So I think we'd be able to you know, if the surface is sanded clean, I guess the sanding itself would remove everything. But if you just have a sheet, I guess we could just use some like acetone or something. I have a big jug of it at the shop. At least I think I have a big jug of it at the shop. Either way. So yeah, we'll play around with it a little bit. I don't think it's that. I mean, deal. I think as long as we just throw some on and, you know, there's no oil on there, it should just stain the steel real quick. Then we could do the layouts and stuff. Just something we have to learn to, you know, play with a little bit and learn. Like everything else in this world. Well, I would love a coffee mug. Do you do designs? Yes. Eileen is the one I was telling you. She makes all the merch and stuff that we don't make. So like, she made this coffee mug. She makes a bunch of coffee mugs, and she does a bunch of cool shit. Yeah, she's the one who owns Poorest Rich Designs. My friend that lives out in Ohio right now. Because you will be moving back. Just saying, you gotta. So yeah, she does, you know, design. She does coffee mugs, T-shirts, all that stuff. But I'm sure if you sent her a design, she'd find a way to work with it. Oh man. Yeah, my arm is trashed. Good golly, it's already 9:40. Beautiful. So, yeah, those are really the only two things I had to talk about this morning. Do you guys have any questions or anything that you'd like to say that I could respond to, or, you know, what? Sweet. Yeah. Oh man, did you swing your hammer too hard? I think I was just too aggressive with it, and working things at too cold of a heat. To be honest. And I didn't take breaks where I should have. I'm good at giving advice. Now you know why I stopped. Yeah. No, I totally get it. It's just I'm really good at giving advice. I'm not so good at following my advice. Like, yeah, you know, you should eat healthier. You know, get up early, stretch, maybe do this, that, and the other. You know, have water, have a good healthy breakfast. You know, eggs and nuts, and maybe some fruit or some fruit juice at least. Limit your caffeine intake, get more sunshine. I'm pale as fuck. So you can tell right off the bat that. Take your own advice, brother. Yeah, you and I both know how that goes. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really cool week coming up, guys. Pace yourself. We need you. Yes, I know. I think this is going to be a really, really good week coming up. I have a few other things in the works that I don't want to put on the internet yet, but might be really lucrative for the shop and also help the community. I'm excited. So am I. If you couldn't tell, I'm like super excited. So yeah, I think this week I'm going to do a full week, and then next week step back for a couple days and get some caught up on some computer stuff. But like, All right, so here, so happy for you and all of Knightsmith. Thank you, Eileen. You're set. You're awesome. Just you're awesome. Thank you for being you. So I knew this would be a huge improvement, just switching over and doing Knightsmith full time. I knew things were going to get done faster, because of course they were. I'm going to have just more time per week, so my lead times are going to drop, and I'll be able to pick things up faster since I'm only sleeping, getting up and going there. But I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was going to get this much better, this fast. So, yeah. It's crazy, y'all. But one of those things I'm going to do is fix this. Because it shouldn't be all blacked out like this, you know. Well, Eileen, you remember there's colors and stuff that are supposed to be here, and icons that go down there, and blah, 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 blah. But we'll get there. Ooh. Derek. Would some of this stuff work for 1 year hammers? That's what a genie does. Clearly. Because you're doing... You're awesome. You need the thing? I hope you get the thing. Well, you do quite a bit of help. Also, this week I want to get the... I was going over it a couple times more in my head, and I want to get that, you know, spend an hour or two and disassemble the organ this week. Might even do that as our... What is that tape? That tape is bar tape. It's meant for like what you call it, like bicycles and stuff. You know, to wrap the handles. But it has a little bit of squish on it, kind of like we were talking about the you wanted to get some like a golf club handle, kind of. This has that same thing. It has a little bit more grip than golf club handles, but it has a, you know, squish in it too. So it's like a foam back self-adhesive type thing. Wrap tape from bottom of bar towards center. Apply more or less tension to stretch tape to desired thickness. Allow tape to overlap itself by not more than 1/3. So, and there's a lot of it here. So, you know, all right. I'll make sure I bring this tomorrow. But yeah, I think stuff's gonna really kick off really fast. So yeah, that's the game plan. One more solid week, and then the next week I'm gonna take some time home to do computer stuff and get stuff done here. I think 1 or 2 days at a time. Thank you. You are welcome. Hey, dude, anything I can do to make your time with me not only more lucrative, but more comfortable, more efficient, more relaxing as work can get, I want to do it. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, so it's crazy, guys. What's even weirder, I was talking about the that chest earlier, and there's, you know, I want to do this, that, and the other. I think that'll make a cool video too, but I also think that it's just crazy that people are starting to just throw stuff at me, like material wise. Like, yeah, I got that chest, and then I got all these little nickel plated rivets or whatever they are. They're either chrome or nickel. I do well with routine and paper plans. Good. Good. I really like routine. I really like the routine that you wanted to institute. Clean when we walk in, clean when we walk out. Even if it's just not a heavy clean, just a quick sweep and blah, blah. Just get some material done and mentally wind down. Beautiful. For stuff like this, I want to get the plans kind of written down, like the measurements written down, but also do the step method, so everything has an incremental step. And even if you don't want to read anything, you have 4 or 5 tangible objects in your hands that you can say, okay, here's step 1. All right, yeah, that looks correct. All right, here's step 2, step 3, finished. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that this week or not, but I'm definitely going to write down all the steps and measurements for the S hooks and J hooks. Everything from length of bar, how many, how far to taper, how many degree twist, where the holes are. I actually want to get a jig just for the holes. I think it just needs to be 2 plates of steel welded together, one with whatever thickness this is, and then the other one can just sit on here and have 2 holes for where the center punch goes. I think, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's going a little overboard. But it just takes one thought out of the process. And maybe that jig could also have, need to do that plan. Clean before, clean after. Damn Devi dust. Yeah. Even after you swept, when I came back with the air hose, I was astounded by how much I was able to get after you cleaned. It looked clean, and then, but yeah, a lot of things coming up. Definitely gonna do at least one more like random kind of live stream this week, I think. Just getting stuff done and just doing a word vomit. Damn devil dust. Yes. But things are getting good. Things are getting better. And now that there's a bit of organization and a bit of flow, I think it's really gonna step up a little bit more. Derek, you're gonna be so proud of how that metal bench looks now. The forge bench looks. I got all the files up and arranged. I have a punch block, and all the punches are in there, put to the back. The more we write it down, the more we will be able to accomplish. Yeah, you can hear him. Yeah, he's not in a good mood. But yes, the more we write it down, the more we'll be able to accomplish. You're right. So I want to have I want to have a dedicated notebook for plans, and I think that black notebook that I have, the big one with a thick black plastic cover on both sides, I think that'll be the one that we do the stuff in. And I'll do that I'll write down the steps and the processes for the S hooks, J hooks, and the fry holders. That way, I'm not relying on a piece of painter's tape with a number scribbled on it on the bench to be able to get the right length and accurate dimensions. But I was really happy with how the first one turned out. So I'm gonna write everything down, keep it in the shop, and we add to it as it go. Yes. Now that things, anything I think that is a standard project should be written down and detailed. That way, if we don't make it for 6 months or a year or whatever, and then someone says, hey, I need 30 of this, you're not gonna rifle around and try and find one, find a reject and reconstruct it and And no, we'll just be all page. Yeah, all right. Yeah, sounds like page 20. Oh, page 21. All right. Yeah, I can make that like tomorrow. Done. That's where I want to go for. All ideas. Oh yeah, all ideas should be written. We should have. We should have 2 notebooks then. An idea book and then a pattern book. And I think the pattern book should also come with a set of, as we design things, especially like the woodworking stuff, we should get, should print out a set of the plans and get those also in there with it. So it'd be more like a filing system than a thing. We can get it all down and clean up the plans later. Yes. Same picture. It's good that you're like on the same wavelength that I am with a lot of this stuff. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to bring? Filing cabinet. Yeah, we need to get a filing cabinet or something. It's the best idea. I have one of them for the tumblers and ornaments and earrings and different water slide items. Yeah. Love you too, man. Yeah, it's just one of those things. And now that I'm like, now that this is becoming a thing, it's I've had that problem in the past where I've made things, especially on live streams, and I didn't write anything down, so I had to go back and watch the whole thing to try and find out what I did again. And it's worked, but I don't always record myself doing things. I seldom record myself doing things, actually. LMAO, ADHD. Yeah. Well, guys, someone is getting really cantankerous out there, and I'm rolling up on the end of my time. So, if you like what I do, go to patreon.com/Knightsmith, become a patron today. Stuff is going to be sent out soon. So, if you want to get something free, a random free thing, go over there, sign up. Even $1 a month helps, and I really appreciate all of you guys. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Remember, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you for helping me make this world better, one kerf at a time, and I'll see y'all later.